Hi! Today we're making ribs. Alright, so another rib video. However, it's a little bit different today. Actually, it's night right now. We've got 4 slabs of ribs. They are, if you want to pan the camera over here, Amy, they're already trimmed up, membranes pulled, they're ready to go. Switching gears a little bit on this one. We're going to make it on the Kamado 32 Big Bad, and never been done before on my channel anyways. So let's get these ribs prepared, put them in the fridge like we always do, and then get them out on the grill tomorrow. So let's get started. Like that intro, guys. We got to keep it interesting around here. Today we're doing a little bit different. You've seen every rib video I've done, hopefully. We always use mustard as a binder. Today we're going to try something different. We're going to try extra virgin olive oil. You know, binders are binders. All you're doing is just putting it on the meat, and you're helping your seasoning stick to it. But we're going to give this a shout, give this a try, just because we want to switch gears a little bit. We're going to follow it up with the SPG Cosmos rub, followed by the Honey Killer Bee, and to give it its color, the Dirty Bird. So that's what we're going to do. So totally different than the other rib videos we've done. And what makes it even more spectacular is the fact that we're doing it on our brand new smoker, the Komodo Kamado 32 Big Bad. So here we go. Ran out just in the nick of time, the Dirty Bird. Time to open up a new bottle. Okay, so you guys seen what we did here. Literally, virgin olive oil, both sides. I did the sides also. Put the binder on it and did all 3 seasonings to it. Just to recap real quick before we stick them in the fridge. We did a salt, pepper, garlic mixture. We did the Honey Killer Bee for flavor, for color. We did Dirty Bird. Bright red, a lot of paprika in it. It's going to make these things bright red, give us the burgundy color we're looking for when we smoke them. We're going to pop these puppies in the fridge, and tomorrow we're going to fire up the Komodo Kamado, and we are going to have the best ribs ever made in the entire United States since ribs started getting made. So stick with us. All right, we're back. Today we're going to use our Komodo Kamado for our first rib cook ever. Last night we burned it in. Make sure and check that video out. And I'll let you guys see how I filled up this humongous charcoal basket here. We are going to use the heat diffuser today. What we did is we put a bed of briquettes on the bottom, Royal Oak briquettes, and I'm using the charcoal that Dennis sent with the grill. What it is, it's called cocoa char, and it's a lump charcoal. Anyways, what we're going to do is light this with our wax cubes like we did yesterday on another burn-in. And like I said, we're using briquettes on the bottom and lump charcoal on the top. And for those of you that have not done this before, step back, Karen. It's going to be all right. So what you can do, you want to bury your, I'm just doing a 1 wax cube on each side. All right, so what you want to do is just make sure they're buried under a couple of, you know, pieces of charcoal. That way, because you got to get the top lit before it actually starts taking off. And like I showed you guys before, get yourself one of these torch lighters. It'll make your life so much easier. And I was talking to Amy last night, and I was kind of surprised in what she had brought to light for me. I'm sure I've covered this in the past, and a lot of pit masters have already, had this discussion. But when you guys are using charcoal to grill with, you don't need to use lighter fluid. In fact, you don't want to use lighter fluid. Literally, I've put no lighter fluid on this. I never use match light or anything that has chemical lighter fluid in it because it does soak into your meat as you're cooking it. So you should never use lighter fluid. Literally, those wax cubes will light it. Tumbleweeds will light it. So what we're going to do at this point, we're going to let everything come up to a temperature here. You want your fire to come up and smolder out and your charcoal to start glowing. Then we're going to put the heat diffuser on here. We're going to put the middle rack, top rack, leave it like that, and put the ribs on here. We'll bring you back for that shortly. All right, so right now we are at about 225 degrees. Man, that charcoal that Komodo sends you when you buy one of these is working way better than the Jealous Devil's charcoal. It has a really clean burn to it. It's leaving no ash, anything like that, and it's pretty hot stuff. I mean, it's raising the temperature on this. It got up to 200 like that. I had to already start throttling everything back on this because I want to get to about 275 to 300. I'll be happy at that temperature. About what I want to keep it at. So you can see I got a nice good smoke going here. Whenever this grill kind of starts leveling out, that'll go away and just become almost transparent. So gonna keep an eye on it, put our ribs on here shortly. Stick with us. Alrighty guys, so just to update you, put our ribs on about 10 minutes ago, and temperature wise we're at about 225. So it was right at about 225 and I opened this thing up, put the ribs on, and it just plummeted down to about 150. So it's taking a little bit to get back to temperature. So we're not going to touch this for at least 2 hours. We're going to let it do its thing. Like I said, I'm going to cook between 275 and 300. Try to get the initial smoke done on them so we can go ahead and wrap them because daylight's not going to stick around here forever. But stick with us. We'll bring you back at the 3 hour mark when it's time to wrap them, and we'll show you guys progress then. Okay guys, we're about an hour and 15 minutes into this cook. As you can see here by the thermometer, I'm trying to cook it in between 3 and at least 320, 325. The reason being is because we're running out of daylight and I need to get these things wrapped. So we're going to do our first spin and spray. And what that is, in case nobody knows, is that we're going to take the ribs, spin them on the grill, spray them with pineapple juice and water, and so they cook evenly. So here we go. So like I taught you last night, burp your grill. That way you don't have just a backlash of ash. And look at those puppies. They're looking really, really good. So now you're going to be really careful because these things are going to be hot. Look at that, 4 slabs of ribs on this Komodo. And truth be known, I could have fit a 5th slab on here. And this is without the upper rack. Boy, them bad boys are hot. So now we're going to spray them real quick. We are on our way. And I'm going to get some of that gooey stuff off there. And don't worry, we'll get that color back as soon as we wrap these. All right, shut your lid as quickly as possible. So what we're looking at now is I'm going to come back after about another hour, and I'm going to start probing them. And once I get the pullback I want, and once I get the temperature, we're going to wrap them at 165 degrees. We'll bring you back for that, guys. Stay tuned. Okay, guys, we're going to wrap our ribs. We're just going to wrap one, and I'll wrap the rest of them, and then we'll throw them back on the grill. First thing we're going to do is bring our color back with our Dirty Bird. Okay. And next thing we're going to do is you want your meat side down, obviously. So what I always do, first thing, take some butter. Usually I use the spray butter, but seeing as I don't have any, we're going to use this right here. Okay. And this stuff could be, it would help it if it was heated up just a little bit. Okay, what we're gonna use is Australian honey, all right? But we're gonna do our brown sugar first. And like I said, you just layer the aluminum foil for now with all your ingredients that you want. So pure, raw Australian honey is what we're gonna try. Alrighty. And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and call it good on that side. Flip it over, kind of smash it in just a little bit. I got a lot of honey on this finger, so that's why I'm doing that. Okay, now on this side, we're gonna start with brown sugar first. Okay, kind of pat it in a little bit. Take your butter, put just a couple dollops on there like that. And like I said, it's just really, that's why you want to use the squeeze butter. It's a lot more convenient. And pay attention to what ingredients we're adding to what side, because that is important. Okay. Now, the second side always gets agave. It's a lot thinner than honey and a lot easier to use. All right, and then we're gonna do this Cosmos brand right here. Always wanna do that glaze. See, get it nice and juicy, that's the key. Now, here's the final trick. Amy, if you could hand me that pineapple juice out of the fridge, that would be terrific. So you're gonna fold, twist down, kind of loosely, and fold, fold, fold. Okay, now, what I always do, you need to add a little juice. So what you can do here is kind of tilt your ribs up just a little bit and just pour it a little bit in there. We're not being scientific here, okay? Make sure it gets down to the bottom a little bit. Fold it back up. Fold the ends. Kind of roll them, because remember, you got to check these for temperature here in just a little bit. So, okay, that's it. That's how you wrap ribs. We're gonna wrap these. I'm gonna get them back on the grill, and I'll bring you guys back in just a little bit. Hey guys, just a quick recap here. I'm gonna show you the temperature. Here's what we have done thus far. Okay, so we started out, we got our ribs seasoned. We fired up the grill earlier. We smoked them at 325 for 2 hours. We pulled them. They all hit temperatures of 185, so they went a little bit over what we had anticipated, but that's fine. Took them, wrapped them. You guys seen that process, and we put them back on the grill smoker, and we're gonna leave it here for, I'm gonna start checking them for temperature after an hour and a half to 2 hours. And once they hit 208, 209, we're gonna pull them and we're gonna eat them. So we just got a couple hours now. The grill, because of all the opening and closing, tried to skyrocket out of control, so I had to throttle down the chimney cap and the intakes, which Gracie is down there smelling and trying to lick all the juice that's coming out of the smoker. But anyways, so there's where we're sitting temperature-wise. Absolutely perfect if you're wanting to get ribs done, you know, under 6 hours. So, and so far they're doing great. They had the pullback I was looking for, the color I was looking for, and all is good in the rib world here. So, guys, we'll check with you here shortly, and we'll be taste testing these things before too long. Stand by. Now, in case anybody's wondering, that is how you do ribs. I mean, look at that mahogany color, guys. And when I pick them up, they're just, I mean, unreal. At this point in the game, what you want to do, you got two options. I'm going to glaze mine, and then I'm going to follow it up with a little bit of the honey killer bee. It'll bring a little bit of that more subtle color back. You know, so what we're going to do, for instance, you can just glaze them, and you still want to be kind of light with them. Now, these are sticky ribs, obviously. So brush your glaze on. What I'm using here is Stubbs. It's 1/3 of the Dr. Pepper Stubbs barbecue sauce. and 2/3 of the Stubbs hickory barbecue sauce. And I mean, guys, I'm not kidding you. These are competition grade ribs right here. That Komodo, I'm speechless. I'm speechless. So you can just glaze these like this and eat them. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put them on the grill just for a few more minutes to let that glaze get tacky. And then pull them off, let them set for about 15 minutes and carve into them, serve them to your family, and you are gonna be your friends and family are not gonna ask anybody else ever again to cook for them. You're gonna be the man or the woman. I mean, there you go. They're glazed. Take just a light coat at this point. Really light coat. And like I said, you can serve them just like this if you want. I mean, you don't have to put them back on the smoker. I'm going to just to let, because like I said, with me, everything is all about appearance. There you go. That'll bleed into it and that's done. We did a mid-video recap of what we did here, so I'll just give you the ending of it. These have been smoking at 325 degrees. We started at 3:30. It is now 7:30. That's how long it took. So, like I said, I let them hit 185 degrees. We wrapped them. You've seen how we wrapped them. We put them back on at 325 degrees. That Komodo just did an excellent job. Just maintained the same temperature the whole cook. Never ran out of charcoal. I never had to go out there and refill it. Man, I'm sold on this Komodo. And now these things are competition grade. This is more like a commercial type smoker in my opinion. So we glazed them. You can serve them to your family right away. Me, I'm gonna put them on the grill just for about another 10-15 minutes, let them glaze up while I'm cooking the beans. And we're gonna eat. So here we go. Guys, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss a thing here. We've got tons of new videos coming out for you. We're not gonna quit. And like I said, try this recipe at home. You will impress your family and friends, I promise. I will see you guys next time.